Welcome to Movie Life Crisis. Join us as we watch the best movies from 30 years ago.
Synchronize your watches. Hold on to your seats. Catch your breath.
Mr. Hudsucker.
And get ready for the magic. From the award-winning creators of Blood Simple and Raising Arizona, and Joel Silver, who brought you Lethal Weapon and Die Hard, comes a comedy that's sure to take your breath away.
It could work.
It should work.
It would work.
It's working already.
The Hudsucker Proxy.
What the hell is it?
Okay, what the hell is it? It is perfect for that trailer because
I was going to say that's the absolute perfect line to end. What the hell is it? That's
because I've seen this movie and I don't know what movie they were just explaining. I love that song. Yeah, me too. What were you playing?
Me too. Do you take requests? Please stop. Movie Life Crisis Season 4, Episode 19, Hudsucker Proxy.
What?
It's
a great choice this was.
It's dude. Yeah, that's one word for it.
This is going to be a great episode.
I'm excited. I'm ready. I'm excited for you to tell me what this movie was about because now I don't know. Real quick, before we get into that, hopefully everybody listened to last episode, Renaissance Man. We got to interview the screenwriter, Jim Bernstein, which was
fantastic.
Super cool.
Thanks a lot again for that guy doing that. That's wonderful.
Yeah, I wish there was a way to have re-recorded the episode that didn't require us to actually re-record it because listening to it, it's like, man, it's a lot of stuff we were saying in the episode because we interviewed him after we'd recorded. It's like, we sound like total idiots. Just fine, I guess.
It's par.
The full unedited interview with him is up on Patreon, where you can do a free 7-day trial if you want to support us or get bonus movies or hear the extended interviews when we interview people. We put the full thing up on Patreon, and then we put the chunk, the short bit, in the actual episode. So you can check that out. One quick note about Patreon I want to let you guys know. If you're thinking of joining starting sometime in October or November, Apple is going to start charging extra if you subscribe to Patreon through your iPhone through the Patreon app. So if you've already subscribed, you're cool. If you're definitely not going to, that obviously doesn't affect you. But if you're thinking of doing it, just make sure you do it either really quickly or don't use the app. Just go to the website, movielifecrisis.com, and navigate over to Patreon, or go to patreon.com and search us up. Because it's not even like 30% the first time. It's 30% every month. Like, don't pay the extra.
I was wondering how Apple's worth $3.3 trillion, and now I see how.
Freaking hammering you on the percentages, microtransactions. Yeah. But anyway, public service announcement.
Yeah, that's
the more
stuff.
you know. And next Patreon movie to come out will be Twins, by the way. We're going to continue. They slice it right in front of you.
Every freaking time my daughter sees that man, she yells that. It's so great.
Dude, I forgot that, and we didn't talk about it during Renaissance Man, that Danny DeVito produced Pulp Fiction. We talked about it when we did Pulp Fiction, but I was reading something about it a couple days ago. I was like, I forgot that he was like, just loved Quentin Tarantino, Reservoir Dogs, and was like, next movie, I got you. He's like, I want to produce
freaking
it.
great. What? And
yeah,
he
dude,
likes
it's awesome.
hoagies like I do, so he and I are really close.
Yeah,
We're
totally.
like the same person.
You guys have the same BMI.
Unfortunately, I'm a foot and a half taller than him.
Talk about why we chose the Hudsucker Proxy.
Dude, I've always liked Hudsucker Proxy. I like the Coen Brothers. I like their movies. And while I wish we would have waited either closer to the end of the year or early at the beginning of the year, since I forgot that it's such a New Year's movie. Dude, I like how it's just off the wall dark comedy and it's so stylized. It's freaking great. If you haven't seen it, you should at least watch it once. But the thing about this movie is you have to watch it. There's so much stuff. In one of my notes, I said, this is a 10-pound movie in a 5-pound bag. Like every single scene is crammed with stuff in the background and they talk so fast and like all of the jokes and the names and everything is hysterical to me. And I think we should all watch it. But
I like the Coen Brothers. I think they're kind of hit or miss for me. They've done like half of their filmography. I'm like, that movie's weird and I don't care about it at all. And half of them are like, that movie's freaking awesome. This one falls into the it's weird and I don't care about it at all pile for me. And I also kind of, and we'll get into it as we break it down, but like it generally as a broad philosophy, reject, like, this movie's really great if you watch it 5 times. No, it should be good the first time.
No, I get it.
Like, dude, Stephen King, Dark Tower's great. It's like, I read the first book, it was super boring. Like, no, you get past the boring part. I was like, no, don't put the boring part in there. Start with the good part. I'm not slogging through 300 pages of boring to get to the good. I got shit to do.
Do the George Lucas. Start with episode 4 and get to the good stuff.
Dude. Start with the freaking jailbreak right there.
This is the thing, though. I think this movie's funny the first watch, but as you watch it, there's just more smaller nuance as you get through.
Let's do the synopsis before we get too deep into that.
This is an AI synopsis. Hudsucker Proxy, a dark comedy about a naive, ambitious male clerk, Norval Barnes, played by Tim Robbins, who gets manipulated into becoming the president of a major corporation, Hudsucker Industries. His simple idea of the hula hoop becomes a huge success, complicating the board's plan that his incompetence will tank the company's stock. Okay, well, that's just as ambiguous as the trailer that we played.
Yeah, dude, we had like a month off and you still didn't do a synopsis, and then you were confused to reading the one that you had AI do for you?
Yeah, I didn't read it before I copied and pasted it. Dude, dark comedy hits it, though, I think.
I don't actually think of it as a dark comedy. Number one, because I didn't think it was that funny, and number two, I didn't think it was that dark. I thought it was like, I was trying to decide, it's definitely satire, and it's also like kind of farcical, but I couldn't tell if it was meant to be. It seemed like it was really obvious, but it didn't seem like it was dark enough to be a dark comedy. It just was like it's just a Coen Brothers weird-ass movie.
Yeah.
$25 million budget, $11 million gross, so what we would call a major box office bomb, 163 on the year. Behind stuff like Clerks, which Kevin Smith made for $27,000, and like Cabin Boy. Dude, remember freaking Cabin Boy?
I do.
Behind PCU. Dude, behind Martin Lawrence, You So Crazy stand-up special, which had a theatrical release. This thing is like, you got to go deep into the weeds to find Hudsucker Proxy on the list.
Yeah.
But the cool thing is that they made movies before this, and even though this thing crashed and burned spectacularly, they got to keep making movies after this, because after this they do, I think, their best work. Like between like Big Lebowski and No Country for Old Men, stuff like that. Brother, Where Art Thou?
That's my jam, too.
Awards?
No, it didn't get any awards.
And I don't think this, like, sequels and spinoffs, they don't typically like connect their movie universes together like a lot of people do, which I kind of like.
Dude, they don't even freaking connect the scenes with the ones before them all the time.
Yeah.
And that's another thing I put in there. Like, they don't ever have the need to, which is what a lot of people don't like, I think. They don't ever have the need to give the punchline once they give the setup.
Yeah.
I like that. We'll talk about it.
What's your memory of the first time you saw this? Do you have a recollection?
I didn't see it in the theater. It was definitely on TV. I think this was like, it's on HBO. Let's watch this and see what it's all about. And then going like, what the heck did I just watch? And then the next time it came on, I tried to record it and then watched it from there. I've probably seen this movie 10 times. I think mine was a TV thing when I watched it.
Yeah, I remember this movie being around, obviously, and I remember like looking at it in Blockbuster or Alfalfa or wherever I was renting movies, like looking at the cover like probably 1,000 times, and every time going like, I don't know. Yeah. Like, so this might have been if it wasn't the first time I watched it, it was maybe the second.
Right.
Because I was just like, I don't know, it looks kind of old-timey. Nice people are like, it doesn't seem like it's that funny.
Right.
And then when I watched it this time, the beginning, like, dude, like you were saying, the freaking production design, the costumes, and like the matte paintings and the buildings and the sets, and like it's the freaking design is incredible. And then everybody's being so weird and like methamphetamines the whole time. I was like, this shit is so weird. But then there was like a chunk of it that I was like, what the hell's going on? And then there was a chunk, like the beginning of the third act, like the hula hoop section. And up until it got to the end of the movie where it got weird again. And I was like, this is awesome. I'm super into this right now.
Yeah.
So it was a real roller coaster ride for me.
It's up and down. I couldn't show this to my wife because she would go like, what the hell are we watching? Turn this off. This is stupid.
When does Sandra Bullock get here?
Right. But I like the whole idea of it.
Yeah.
Dude, stylized stuff like this where it throws it back to like old Hollywood. I freaking love that. And
yeah, that was awesome, man. The visuals were incredible. Everybody talking like you know what I'm saying? I got that.
Yeah.
That I hate. I know that's like an affectation that they did on purpose. It drove me crazy.
Oh man, but Jennifer Jason Leigh killed it when she was talking like that.
She was so
that fast talking career gal.
That was driving me crazy. I know she was doing it on purpose, and I'm sure she was doing exactly what they asked her to do, but I was like, dude, just take it down. I can't.
I love it.
It was taking me out of it so hard. What did you rate this?
It's going to be completely opposite of you. But watching it this time reminded me, because I was watching it for a different reason. Normally, this is a movie I put on and I'm not doing something else, but not 100% watching. And this time I was 100% watching and taking notes and stuff for the thing. And let me tell you, I liked it way more this time than I liked it the times before. Dude, the gags and the jokes and the dialogue being so fast and like... So you know the idea of the story element of Chekhov's gun? If you're telling the story and Chekhov's gun's the wall has a gun hanging on it and you mention it in the first act, at one point the gun has to go off. Otherwise, why would you mention it?
Yeah, Anton Chekhov, the Russian playwright, said if you introduce a gun in Act 1, it better go off by the time the play is done. They
don't care about that. Musburger's pants.
Yeah.
And they throw back to him saying, don't do a double stitch. He's being like a miser and not paying for the extra stitch. But then they show his pants slowly ripping, and then they cut back and goes, you know what? I give him a double stitch anyway. And he does it, and then the pants don't rip. You would think they would go back and show that tailor again, or show how he's a generous person. They don't ever talk to that. They don't ever show him again, ever. I like that. I like the fact that it's a New Year's movie and it's not burdened down with friggin' Christmas stuff. I liked it, so I gave it an 8. Say 8.
Say 8. Yeah, man, we're not as far as you think, because I did think there was enough about this that I thought was really interesting.
Yeah.
That, I thought parts of it were great. Parts of it was boring/confusing, which is not how I like to feel during a movie.
Yeah.
The whole thing was super weird. I know it was intended to be weird. I know the Coen Brothers, if they want to be anything, they want to be weird.
Right.
Which is totally fine.
Yeah.
It's not like my preferred movie experience to be confused/bored.
Yeah.
But there was enough of it that was this is awesome. A lot of the performances I thought were great. The cast was awesome. The set, the freaking costumes, all that shit was incredible.
Yeah.
And I liked how the whole time I was like, this is clearly satire, but I'm not even sure what they're satirizing or if they even mean to be satirizing anything.
Right.
And it was well enough done. I ended up with it as a 6 out of 10.
Nice.
Just right where I had Renaissance Man and stuff that I like a lot. Well, stuff that I'd be much more likely to watch again than I would be to watch this again.
Yeah.
But I wouldn't if you go dude, let's sit down and spend the next 100 minutes in silence while Hudsucker Proxy plays. I'll be like, all right, man.
You wouldn't have to sit in silence.
That's what I'm saying. If we're grilling and you throw this on the TV, I'd be like, oh, that's cool because I can watch it. There's parts that I like, and there's most of it I can just check out on. It's not like it's horrible. It's not as bad as Cabin Boy, but also it is super weird, and it seems kind of disjointed, and their particular weird thing they do a lot better in other movies that I like a lot more.
Right. No, I totally get it. If I show this to my wife, we're turning it off within the first 10 minutes.
Dude, my wife doesn't like Big Lebowski. She's like, I don't get what all the hype is about. I'm like, the hype is probably not all there. Big Lebowski people act like it's freaking Citizen Kane. It's good. It's good. It's funny. It's super weird. I do too, but I'm not if I'm going to a desert island and I'm only taking 4 movies with me, that's not going to be one of them.
That doesn't make the cut for me either.
But it is. I think it's great. But yeah, she doesn't even like that, so she definitely wouldn't like this.
What about when he starts doing the Muncie Eagle dance in his office? That's the part I wanted to call everybody in to watch, because I don't know why.
Yeah.
When he does that hawk scream and throws his hands up, I giggle every time, dude. I just can't. It's so funny.
I like when she's trying to pretend that she's also from Muncie and she's pretending like she knows the song and she's singing it.
Just right after him. Just right
when you're singing Happy Birthday to someone and you can't remember their name, you got to wait for everyone else to say the name first.
No,
Happy birthday, dear Jessica.
Steve. Yes, Steve. Dude, what about, remember on House Guest when Phil Hartman starts singing the song and Sinbad was doing the same thing, singing along? That's what I thought of.
House Guest. I don't think we've passed that. I don't think we had time to get to it, but I freaking like that movie.
Oh, man. G-strings for the huge.
It's 95. We could do that next year.
Oh, we're definitely doing it. I love House Guest.
We have so few opportunities to talk about Sinbad. Let's do it.
Oh man, dude, a 6. That's higher than I thought you were going to give it. When you started talking about it at the beginning, I was like, oh no, he's going to give it a Captain Moran 1.5 or whatever it was.
No, it's way better than Captain Moran. It's just not for me, but I can see the merits.
Right.
And it seems like it should have made more money than it did, especially with the cast. But it's just super weird, man.
Yeah, it is. It totally is. Again, I get it.
What's your first scene? Let's do your best scenes.
Dude, the very first scene that's like the Norval gets off of the bus from Muncie.
Yeah.
The New York Muncie line, which the reason that bus line is no longer in service is because nobody goes to Muncie.
Yeah.
Which I thought Muncie was a really good choice too, because it really does set. He could have been from a lot of different places, but Muncie really is big enough to where you know where Muncie is, right? You've heard of it.
Yeah, dude. I own property in Muncie.
That's what I'm saying. Everybody's like heard of it, even though.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like it's big enough to be heard of, but not big enough to know that kind of stuff. When he's walking up to the job board and at the same time the boardroom is doing their thing, I love that scene, how it keeps going back and forth. And your boy wearing Hudsucker hops up on the table and freaking just leaps out the window, which no one is expecting. I love that. That's a fantastic tone to start the film for you to not have any idea what the hell's going on.
Yeah, Mr. Hudsucker, whatever his name was.
Wearing Hudsucker. Come on, buddy.
My problem is I kept wanting to call him Fuddrucker.
Fuddruckers.
Which is a different thing. Do they still have those?
Fuddruckers, yeah. Do you know, did you ever see, you saw Idiocracy, right?
Yeah.
Where they show the time passing and it goes from like Fuddruckers and then it's like, it just keeps getting closer and closer to Buttfuckers before it finally gets there. So great.
Yeah, I had that scene on my list. I eventually bumped it for something better, but dude, it was because it wasn't very far into the movie, and he jumps out the he's like, company's on record highs, and he's like stands up at the boardroom, table's like 90 meters long.
Yeah, it takes him like 100 steps to get off of the table.
He has his double-breasted suit with his freaking wingtips, and he sprints down the table and jumps through the window, and that's the first time, and we're like 3 minutes in where I'm like, what the hell is going on?
Dude, I like it. And plus, the actor that plays Hudsucker, Durning, Charles Durning, dude, he's fantastic. I love his voice, and I love the whole thing
he's
about
great.
him. Also, while he's doing that, and they're showing the board, the job board that's like the old school spin around and shows the thing where they're trying to show that he doesn't have experience, you know? And it's flipping really fast. The freaking jobs on that board were ridiculous.
I know.
They went from vice president to like wax dipper. Like it was all over the map. I don't know. And do they build something like that for the 30 seconds it was on the screen? You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah, I'm sure they did.
That's craziness. I mean, that used to be a real thing. Yeah. Those job boards like that.
I think so. I don't know if they were exactly like that, but yeah, I know job boards like that used to be a thing. I thought when in my mind, I always picture them as more like a giant chalkboard where someone comes up and writes like,
the stuff. Yeah,
fishmonger, like warehouseman.
I remember on this is a stupid movie also, but B Movie with Seinfeld. They have the flipper thing for the job board, so that's where I remember this. Maybe they're not doing an homage to this. I would guess they were probably a real thing.
Yeah, they probably were. And I think it kind of makes sense because
everybody there is just got no expression on their face. They're all sad or mad or just looking. And he's like wide-eyed and smiling. I freaking love Tim Robbins.
I do too, man. This is a really good casting for him because he's such a fucking weirdo.
Yeah.
And he's so good at being a goofball. Like you completely believe that has no idea what's going on the whole time.
And it's the hair too. The hair's always freaking bouncy and crazy. He does it perfect. He kills it.
It was a little bit of like Nuke LaLoosh from Bull Durham, but then it wasn't later on. He like kind of translated into some different stuff.
Yeah.
God, he's good in this. What's your second scene?
Second scene for me is the what's your first one? Did you?
Oh, right. My first one is when Jennifer Jason Leigh is a newspaper reporter, and then she's supposed to get a story on Tim Robbins, the new president of Hudsucker Industries.
Right.
Because they want to figure out what the story is. And so she pretends to be from Muncie. She fakes her way through the fight song, and then she gets a job as his secretary under a different name.
Go
and
Eagles.
And then later she publishes a hit piece on him, calling him an imbecile, and he
Yeah.
is reading it with her as the secretary, but he doesn't know that she actually wrote it.
Right.
And he's dictating an angry. He's going to fire off an angry missile.
Right.
And then he's like, never mind. Don't. He's like, don't. I just needed to blow off some steam. He's like, she's probably mannish. It's like terrible hair and like wide hips, and just thinks she's one of the guys, and it's just bitter, angry, and dude, he's just like ripping her to her face, and she's coming back to him. She's like, well, yeah, I don't know why you would say that. She's like, I don't think it's
Massey.
And that was one of the first scenes where I was like, God, this is cracking me up, man. This is really funny.
Yeah. I like that scene too, because she stops writing halfway through and he doesn't even realize he's just still dictating to her. She's like, well, let me go type this up. And he's like, you know what? Never mind. Yeah, dude. Good freaking scene. And it reminds me again of how much I like when he does the eagle scream. Because he's doing the thing where he's like lifting alternate legs and then throwing his hands back and screeching. It's so funny.
Dude, you went to your college for like 9 years. And You're not a doctor.
Right.
Do you know the fight song?
Of course not. I don't even know the fight song of Ponchatoula, and they sing it after every football game.
That's what I'm saying, dude. I went to 3 different colleges, and I don't know any of the fight songs.
Right.
I don't. Even the one that I played football for, I don't know the fight song for.
Right.
So I like that he's like freaking singing it. He's got hand gestures. He's got choreography with it.
Yeah.
And it wasn't like Muncie is where Ball State University is. It wasn't Ball State. It was like Muncie Business School. So I'm sure it's like behind a freaking vacuum cleaner shop.
Yeah, College of Business Administration or something. The sticker said on his briefcase. The second one I picked, it talks about Tim Robbins and how versatile he is. It's when he has his breakdown. So as his life and career start to like really spin out of control, dude, I think his the way that he's able to do funny but also tragedy at the same time, I freaking love that. I love how stuff starts to fall apart and he starts to realize what's going on. To me, I think Tim Robbins, in the back of his mind, kind of knew the whole time, but I really think I think he played it good. That scene at the end where it starts falling apart for him, that's what I like.
This what's the one that we did with Tim Robbins, Robert Altman, The Player?
Yeah, The Player.
That was also kind of a weird movie, and he played kind of a weird executive guy. And you could, there was parts of it where he was totally normal, and there was parts of it where he was kind of unhinged. And again, it's just like he's kind of perfect for that,
right?
Because I think this era, Tim Robbins, all he has to do to look like a maniac is just like mess his hair up and then like just do big Tim Robbins eyes. And it's like now he might be about to murder someone, or he might be like having a psychotic break.
Yeah. The part that you're talking about where you're saying like, oh man, it's just not for me. It's weird and I don't like it. Like it's in the same part that I'm talking about where who's the guy who runs the elevator? Buzz. Hey buddy, how you doing, Buzz. Buddy? And he's got Anna Nicole Smith on his waist, on his arm, and he punches him in the face, and then they all chase him. That was weird. I could see why you guys would call it weird for sure.
Yeah, and there were some parts of this that just didn't make like you can have all kind of weird stuff happen in the movies, but I think they have to internally make sense. They have to superhero movies, like everybody's doing shit that they can't really do, but you believe it because there's an internal consistency that works. Right. In this movie, 5 minutes before the end, someone freezes time, and then an angel comes out and talks to him. There's nothing prior to this to indicate that is a possibility in the universe that we're existing in for this movie. It's like that.
It was Del Paxton, dude. You know Del Paxton can stop time.
I know, dude. I love Del Paxton. And then...
and he's the narrator.
So there's stuff like that where it's like, oh, this is kind of interesting, but it's also like if you keep breaking all the rules, I think it's hard for people to know what the hell is going on. Like,
right.
Is the whole thing just a fever dream, or is it actually a story that has some sort of internal consistency?
Yeah. Because then Charles Durning shows up in an angel outfit.
Yeah, dude.
It's
with a halo and a ukulele,
right? And the halo's constantly spinning. I did like that. Yeah, that was kind of cool.
Yeah, it looked great. But
it was weird. It's just no, it was weird. I'm with you.
My second scene is the hula hoop montage.
Oh god.
Because I love a montage in general, and this particular one was fantastic because it talked about like his idea. Because he's just saying the whole movie. He's like, look, I invented this thing, and he just holds up a plain piece of paper with a circle drawn on it. He's like, for kids,
and
you've never have any idea what the hell it is he's talking about. And then he freaking produces it, and it's the hula hoop, and he's like shaking at the board meeting, and they go, "That's a great idea. We're definitely doing it. Let's make zillions of them," thinking that it's going to be a huge bomb and it's going to crater the company stock,
Right,
so they can buy it back cheaper.
Yeah.
That's the whole point. They're doing like the death spiral, and then it freaking works, and everyone in the whole nation is hula hooping, and then suddenly he's the toast of the town. Everyone's like, "He's a whiz kid. He's a genius."
He knows all there is to know about all the stuff. Yeah.
But that was my favorite part of the movie. It was that whole when he pitched it to the board and they decided to do it and then they produced it. Like that whole time, I was like, God, I can't wait to see what happens next.
It's weird that you picked that one, and I had the montage of the hula hoop invention where the guy puts the sticker on the sign that says like whatever it is, 39 cents, and it just keeps going up.
$1.79, $1.49. He gets it all the way down to like free with purchase, and then he starts. Then people get into it, and he starts to like jack the price back up.
Yeah, I picked one that's similar to that, and it's when Buzz comes into his office and shows his idea, which is also just a circle.
It's just a circle. For kids. And it's and his idea is a bendy straw.
A bendy straw. And he's like, what kind of idiot would want this? And he's bending it and pulling it. He's like, oh, come on, buddy. He's like, you know what? You're fired. And it shows like how he's turning into that corporate guy that nobody likes.
Right. He's like, my time's valuable. Get out of my office.
Right. And fires him. And then he starts groveling for his job back. Dude, I think Buzz is hysterical how he keeps calling everybody buddy.
God, that guy's driving me crazy.
I
would have fired him way before that, not because of the bendy straw, but just because of his general comportment.
Oh man, what about when he's on the elevator and he's going through and he's like, "What's your pleasure, buddy?" And he's like, 44, top floor, and he's like rhyming everything together. What a jerk. I loved it.
Dude, what about the fact that there used to be a full-time job that was you were the one who pushed the elevator buttons?
Your floor, sir.
Yeah, and you had to wear a freaking fancy-ass uniform like you were on a ship. That's like...
I don't think of those as fancy uniforms. Maybe it's because of all the Reddit videos of people fighting over lobster on a ship.
No, I'm not saying like a cruise ship. I'm just saying like the Titanic, where it's like you got freaking your thing buttons and you have a fancy hat and you have like tassels hanging off your shoulders, like that type of.
Oh, the Titanic. Where your thing buttons. Oh man, yes, draw me like one of your girls. I can't wait to do Titanic. The whole bendy straw thing I thought was hysterical because it was just as ridiculous as his hula hoop, and he tosses him out.
I loved that callback. It's just a sheet of paper with a circle on it. He's like, for kids. And then the movie ends with him doing it for a third time. And I was like, all right, that's a great recurring bit.
What about when he finally shows it to Paul Newman, and he's like, for kids. And he's holding it up and showing it to him, and Paul Newman's just staring at it. And he pulls it back to look at it and goes, oh, shit, it's upside down. And turns it over to show him again. God, that's genius. It's hysterical.
Yeah.
So that was my third one, bendy straw.
And my third one was the one that I was just talking about as being really weird because it was such a mind effer that I was like, I don't get what we're doing right now. It was when he falls out of the window or jumps out of the window at the end of the movie.
Yeah.
And then halfway down, freaking Del Paxton stops time.
I'm like how we're calling him Del Paxton. It's Bill Cobbs, by the way.
Bill Cobbs,
yeah,
who's great. And we've done 3 movies so far that he's been in, and we're going to do, obviously, That Thing You Do, where he's Del Paxton.
We played Del Paxton in the Erie, PA band. Ah, man.
You're signing. We're all signing.
God, nice band.
And then, dude, but like... Yeah, and Fuddrucker appears with his ukulele and his wings, and he tells him, he's like, you never gave him the blue letter. It's in your apron, dummy. But I think it's a strange resolution to the movie, but it also was, I was absolutely spellbound while it was happening. I was like, what is going on here?
and then it falls because he has to fight the guy from The Hills Have Eyes. So he was like, fight the Del Paxton was fighting him.
Then they have a weird battle that made no sense.
Yeah, and he knocks his teeth out, which just keep chomping. Yeah. And then he has to pull the mop out to knock him over and then put the mop back in there to stop it again. No, the teeth. The teeth the second time to stop it.
Dude, this thing was kind of like they had some like Looney Tunes moments in this movie. I wonder if that was on purpose.
Yeah, dude, it had to be. I freaking loved it.
Yeah.
I can't wait to make my kids watch this on New Year's Day.
When I see stuff like this and there's enough stuff that's really well done, but just like the story and some of the like these are all writer, director, producer, editor choices, not like
right.
no one in the movie like did this.
Oh, I want to play it this way. Right.
So I don't have the ability, but I'm always like, you know how freaking what's his name did like a 2-minute cut of Star Wars? Was it Topher Grace or something like that?
Topher Grace, yeah.
Like I this is one of those where I go like, if I could find all of the deleted scenes for this movie, like could I re-edit this and make it make more sense? Be like, that would be an interesting challenge if I was.
If I had to guess, I would say the deleted scenes are probably even more unhinged than these, and
they probably are. But could I piece together a story that like makes a little bit more sense, that flows a little bit better?
I think
I don't even know where to begin.
You could definitely take out that scene where they're dancing.
Yeah,
what was that? I never remembered that part, but I put it in my worst scenes. I don't.
Yeah, just for no reason. He's in just an all white room in his socks, and he's just like dancing around with someone who we don't know who they are.
Yeah,
like
that's the Chekhov's gun that I like. Just no, you never have to mention that chick ever again or what it was. I love that.
Yeah, and I think the Coen Brothers' goal is for people to go like, "What the hell was that?" Like, I think that's what they're after.
I like that.
So mission accomplished, because I was going, what the hell was that?
They knocked it out of the park on that.
Yeah, so that was my third scene, the time stoppage. Out of nowhere, suddenly the universe doesn't work by our normal universe rules.
Right.
The only time before that foreshadowed this a little bit was when Paul Newman had the little, the thing where the balls swing and they bump into each other.
Right.
And early on in the movie, he just yelled stop, and even the balls stopped in midair.
Right. Yeah.
And so that kind of like foreshadowed that there was the ability to stop time, but I don't know. I was just like, that was a weird thing that happened.
Yeah.
And I still don't know what the meaning of it was.
Speaking of Paul Newman and his office, I like how you could see just part of the clock from the inside of his office. That was really cool.
Yeah.
That was cool.
Yeah, dude, it looked incredible. I didn't have any quotes because the whole thing was super weird. So give me your quotes.
Okay. The first quote I have is, for kids.
Yeah.
Because
that's a good choice.
They said that a lot. Then I had when they're talking about where, like, this is right after Fuddruckers jumps out of the window.
Yeah.
He's like still jelly on the sidewalk in his suit. And Paul Newman picks up his cigar and starts smoking his cigar that's still, burning in the ashtray. And they're talking about how they could fix it. And the whole time, and they say like, Musburger, the Paul Newman says like, sure. And that's the other thing. He always said, sure. I love that. And he was like, he was a swell fella. But when the president, chairman of the board, owner of 87% of the company stock, drops 44 floors, and one of the board members goes 45, and then somebody else is like counting the mezzanine. They just kept calling that back throughout that thing, and they would say like 44, not counting the mezzanine. Like that whole thing, the not counting the mezzanine, I freaking loved. And then the part where Tim Robbins first gets the job in the mailroom, and the mailroom guy, leader,
the crazy old guy,
orienter, is trying to tell him, and he's like, you punch in at 8:30 every morning, except you punch in at 7:30 following a business holiday unless it's Monday. Then you punch in at 8. Punch in late, they dock you. And he just kept saying they dock you. He's like, this is your voucher number, 687, and he goes through the whole thing. He's like, that's your number. It'll never be repeated. If you don't know it, you can't pick up your paycheck. If you don't pick up your paycheck, they dock you. That whole part where he just kept saying they dock you. You got to do it as a code, and if it's the wrong code, they dock you. I freaking love that whole. He's talking like 160 words a minute. He's blowing through that whole that orientation, and they dock you. I'm gonna start using that at school somehow. I love it. But those are my three. For kids.
Those are good ones. It's just super weird, and there were some funny parts, and there was some really good dialogue, but nothing really jumped out at me, although it's for kids. For kids. It's a great one. All right, let's do characters. Who's your first character?
My first one is Amy Archer, Jennifer Jason Leigh.
Yeah.
Fast-talking, sharp-dressed journalist.
She was not on my list because that fast-talking freaking 50s news person
Massey.
I think was driving me bananas.
Dude, when she's like typing up the thing while talking to Sam Axe, what's his name? Bruce Campbell.
Yeah, Bruce
She's
Campbell.
talking to Bruce Campbell, and she's typing up the thing. Meanwhile, the guy making the crossword puzzle is yelling out, "What's a 7-letter word for whatever?" And she's like yelling that, and then somebody calls, and he puts the phone there, and she's got the cigarette in her mouth, typing, yelling the words to the cross all at the same time. I freaking love it. She killed this part.
The affectation, the vocal, that was I couldn't handle it, but she did an awesome job.
Yeah, like the part where she's in the room with Tim Robbins. She's in his office, and she's telling her story, and he keeps interrupting her, so she has to start over. And when she starts over, she like has to repeat the line before it to get her going because it's a memorized story.
Right.
Dude, I love that. Like, I love how all of that is set up. So I picked her as my first one. And I mean, I like her in other things, but I really liked her character in this.
Dude, it's weird because Jennifer Jason Leigh has worked for so long. And like she did Fast Times at Ridgemont High in 1982. And there's like never a year where she doesn't put out at least one movie.
Yeah.
But they're almost never movies that I have seen or that I like that much.
Right.
Like her filmography is crazy, and I'm just like I don't remember any of these movies, or like I didn't really like that one that much. Like it's kind of weird. She might be like the most accomplished actress that if her filmography disappeared, I wouldn't even notice.
Right. Would she not be in the movies? Because I would notice if she's not in like Single White Female or Backdraft. Like, I like those movies, but I don't remember her in them. You know what I'm saying? Like, not Single
I
White
like
Female,
those movies
I
too,
remember
but like, dude, I'm not just those are just not movies that are all that important to me.
Right,
That,
right.
Like, dude, we didn't do Backdraft on the podcast. We didn't do Single White Female on the podcast, and we did both of those years.
Yeah, I like
and then
both
looking
of those
at
movies.
Yeah, they're fine. Like Dolores Claiborne is fine. I don't know. I get all the way to like Road to Perdition, 2002. Like that's fine. There's none of them that I mean, not to say they aren't good movies. It's just not my type of thing.
Right.
And it's just crazy to look at. It's like, dude, she's done 60 movies, and I just don't care about any of them.
Yeah.
Like
No,
her and me have no overlap between the type of movies that we like.
Yeah.
Which is fine. She's a good actress.
She is.
She's doing a good job.
Yeah.
It just drove me crazy.
She did do a good job. So who's your first person?
My first one is Paul Newman.
Yeah, he killed it. He's my third. He's
because he's the biggest actor in the world for a while, but we're not alive when it happens. So
Right.
like people our age mainly know Paul Newman from salad dressing, you know. And maybe if you really like old movies, like you know Butch Cassidy and the Sundance Kid,
Right.
Like maybe you know Cool Hand Luke. There's just not like we just missed Paul Newman. We missed that era.
Right. Why is he known for salad dressing? Do we even know that? Why did he just decide to start making that?
He just decided to start making salad dressing, and then apparently it's good. I don't eat salads. I don't eat salad dressing. And he gives away some of the proceeds. I don't know.
I don't eat salads.
I have no need of salad dressing because I'm not eating salad.
Oh man, you can just pour a whole bunch of it into a bowl and just let the lettuce float in it.
They slice it right in front of you.
Like the students that I have. Oh God, that's freaking great.
Yeah, dude. It just says he founded Newman's own food products in 1982. They started with salad dressing, and they just established a policy that all proceeds after taxes would be donated to charity. And I don't know why he did that. It doesn't say like he always had a lifelong passion for salad dressing.
He loves salad. It was his number one thing.
And he didn't need the money. I don't know what.
He just liked it. The only other movie I really knew Paul Newman was Cars, but before that it was Cool Hand Luke. And I only know that because John Cusack mentions it in Serendipity, where he talks about that being his favorite movie. And I was like, Cool Hand Luke, I've seen that before, I think. And then I had never seen it, watched it, and loved it. So, dude, he's been around for a long time.
Yeah, I know my dad showed me some of the old Westerns when I was a kid. So I've seen Butch Cassidy and the Sundance Kid, and I've seen Cool Hand Luke, but the rest of his stuff I really have not. I know there's some great movies on, like The Sting is supposed to be great. I haven't seen it. It was 1973.
Yeah. Did you see Cars?
Yeah, I did.
Yeah. That he's the main dude in that, whatever, Doc Hudson or whatever.
Yeah. But dude, he was awesome. He's like 53 in this movie,
Sure.
which is crazy because that's not that much older than me and you are right now.
But it seems
it seems way older because his like hair's all gray, and I don't know. He's an adult, and I still don't feel like an adult.
My hair's all gray.
My hair's a lot gray, but not as gray as his is in this one.
Yeah, I totally agree. If you wore a suit all the time and smoked cigars and said sure, I think you would seem a lot older too.
That's for sure. Pass. Who's your next character?
Dude, my next one is so Sidney Musburger, Paul Newman was third. Norval Barnes, Tim Robbins.
Yeah,
Dude, likable.
he's
naive.
second on my list.
Yeah.
He's perfect casting for this, man.
Yeah, just the way he plays it, like his very unassuming, and then unexpectedly becomes super successful. I freaking love it. I like me some Tim Robbins.
Yeah, he's really good at being like bright-eyed and eager and naive. Like you totally believe that. Then he has like the minute where he's like thinks he's the shit, and he's like, even when he's doing that, he's not being obnoxious about it. You can just tell it's like this guy's still an idiot, but he thinks he's killing it right now for a minute.
Yeah, dude. And
then he's crazy for a minute, and then he's totally freaking. He's like kind of like wild-eyed, and his hair's sticking straight up.
You can tell even when he's trying to play it cool that he's not playing it cool. You know what I'm saying?
I know.
Like he's just like, yeah, well, maybe I'll do this. How about that? And you could just tell the whole dude. Even on when he's playing that freaking Ian guy on High Fidelity, and he comes
What Ian guy?
and he comes walking in. And,
Get your patchouli stink out of my store.
even then, you could tell like he's trying to be cool, but not pulling it off.
Yeah.
Really, you know what I'm saying? Like I love that about him.
And he's on my list too. He's number 2 for me, and then number 3 is Del Paxton, Bill Cobbs.
Del Paxton,
Because he's like a character actor. We've done 3 of his movies already. He was in The Bodyguard. He's Whitney Houston's manager. He's the Demolition Man.
Yeah.
He's freaking
Del
whatever
Paxton.
his name is. He's Del Paxton in that. And then he's Del Paxton in That Thing You Do, which is in 1996.
Yeah.
We covered it on the podcast. I'm always happy to see him and stuff. He's got a great voice.
Oh man.
Yeah, I wanted to talk about him because those other movies we've not really got to talk about him very much.
I like his voice, and I'm glad they chose him as the narrator.
And I could hear him as soon as I heard him talk. I was like, "Hey, that's Del Paxton." Before he even came on screen.
Oh man, hey, that's Del Paxton. Del, man, you are my biggest fan. Dude's got a lot of movies he's done too. He's been working for a really long time.
Absolutely.
Since the 70s. He's awesome. I like him.
Yeah, he's 90 now. He just died like 3 months ago, but he had movies come out up till like 2022.
Damn. June. He just died in June. That stinks.
Yeah. I mean, 90's a pretty good run.
Yeah.
If I make it to 90, you don't have to say that stinks. You can say like, well, that was a pretty good run.
We all know I'm not making it to 90. You can just stop right there. We can just stop. Yeah, dude, that's a good choice. I'm glad you picked him because I'm glad we get to talk about him rather.
Writer, director, it's the Coen Brothers, man. So this is pretty interesting. So at this point in time, I think they didn't allow them to like co-direct. I don't know what the rules are about that, but one of them would be listed as producer and one would be listed as the director. And more in the last like 5 years or so, they've changed that so they can like be co-directors.
Yeah.
But for the first like 15, 20 years of their careers, one would be listed as producer, one would be listed as director, and they'd write the movie together.
Yeah.
But you just knew like it's a Coen Brothers movie.
And so like I'm telling somebody at work that what's y'all's next movie? I'm like, we're doing Hudsucker Proxy, the Coen Brothers movie. Oh my God, I love the Coen Brothers, man. Freaking Dumb and Dumber and Kingpin. I was like, no, that's the Farrelly Brothers.
That's the Farrelly Brothers.
That's a completely different group.
Different.
Yeah, completely different type of movie. I could say I can get those confused since they're brothers, but Coen Brothers they're definitely my jam. Raising Arizona, freaking Fargo, and The Big Lebowski. Oh, Brother, Where Art Thou? That's a sleeper for me, man. I freaking love that movie.
I know you love that movie. Dude, I like some of the I think Big Lebowski, Oh Brother, Where Art Thou, No Country for Old Men are their biggest movies, but I some of their like deep cuts I really like too. I really like Burn After Reading.
Oh yeah.
I really like Fargo. Obviously, that's not like a deep cut. Everybody knows about Fargo, but some of their stuff is like, dude, it's great. And I don't know.
I never saw. Did you see Intolerable Cruelty? That's the one with Catherine Zeta-Jones and what's his nuts?
Dude, I must have seen it. I don't remember it.
I feel like I would have seen it too.
But George Clooney and Catherine Zeta-Jones, it seems like for sure I would have seen that movie.
Right.
Especially since it's a rom-com. And they don't do very many rom-coms.
No.
I know that I saw that. I just don't remember anything about it.
Right. I really, now that I see that Oh Brother Where Art Thou is year 2000, I got to make it until at least then.
Dude, make it, what else do you have to do? Are you planning on not living 6 more years?
Yeah, maybe. The point is, it's a great movie too. I really love the way these guys do it. It's always like stylized, and all the characters are freaking eccentric, and they are so many. Again, they cram every single thing in each scene. And if you're looking in the background just because you're watching it for the 100th time and you see something different, it makes the whole movie worth watching again. I freaking love it.
Yeah, man, they're good. They wrote this one with Sam Raimi.
Yeah.
Who's
Evil Dead.
A great writer director. Yeah, Evil Dead, and it's the original kind of Star Wars Spider-Man trilogy. Thank you.
Yeah.
And that's a pretty cool story because I think they just it seems like these guys were working on other movies together and then decided they were talking about this movie in 1985, and then it's 94 before it's made and released.
Right.
And they all three wrote it together, and I think they were all living together at one period of time while they were writing it. It seems like a fun situation where it's like, hey, we have this crazy idea for a movie, and then we're gonna all
he's got that same kind of feel as them too. That's why when I saw that he was in this, I was like, oh, that kind of makes sense. Like, the Evil Dead movies and Darkman and Army of Darkness, all of those have that stylized look that I like so much about their
and Bruce
stuff.
Campbell.
And Bruce Campbell, yeah. Who doesn't love Bruce Campbell?
Dude, this cast is really good. There's a bunch of people like Charles Durning was awesome. You talked about him.
Yeah.
Steve Buscemi's in the movie for a minute. Like John Goodman is the newsreel announcer.
Yeah. I caught that this time, and I've never caught that before.
Yeah. And the guy that's the chief editor, Al of the newspaper, is the dad from Frasier.
Yeah,
great.
Frasier's dad. He's great.
So John Mahoney is his name.
Yeah.
This is a deep, really talented cast of a bunch of people that you don't see that often. I was like, oh, this is great.
Yeah, I agree. I like the cast a lot. Good shit.
You have any other good?
Dude, I did have a couple of good. The buildings that are part of the city skyline.
I got that.
And that you saw that they were like miniatures that somebody built.
Yeah, they're like 1 in 24 miniatures because they did miniatures and like models and then matte paintings and a bunch of stuff like that.
Yeah. Did you see what they did with the buildings afterwards? How they got sold to make other movies? Shadow
they were
and Batman.
They were in like Batman Forever
Yeah.
and like Godzilla. And,
yeah,
that's awesome.
That's really great. By the way, the studios that they brought these to film this part for the buildings in this movie were Dino De Laurentiis' studios in North Carolina.
Yeah, in Wilmington.
You know who his daughter is?
No,
Giada De Laurentiis. Yeah, that's her. Did you see the thing what they were going to do with the buildings before they sold them? They were just going to throw them in this big pit and burn them. They were going to shove all of the leftover stuff from the set that they can't sell or use again into this big burn pit, cover it in gasoline, and light it on fire. And the guy who
sorry
built
kids,
them,
that's why you don't have an Earth anymore. Just burn our trash.
The guy who built it was like, no, we can use this for something else. And luckily they were making the Shadow over at Universal, and they sold it. Dude, I just wanted to also mention the Art Deco design and cinematography, like all of that, like the Looney Tunes slapstick, the surrealism, the vintage style of the old Hollywood look, like all of that together in this whimsical fever dream of a movie made it awesome for me.
Yeah, it was really cool. It would have been a lot less enjoyable of a movie if it wasn't like so spectacularly designed from a production standpoint.
Yeah.
All right, let's do worst.
Yeah.
I didn't really capture any. I mean, I didn't think there's anything that was done bad. It just, the whole thing was weird, and I think it was meant to be, so that's not surprising.
Right. The two things that I put for worst were when Jennifer Jason Leigh meets Del Paxton.
Yep.
And he proves that he knows all the things about her.
Yeah.
And that he can stop time and all that stuff. That was kind of weird. And maybe, like you said, didn't need it. And then the part where they're dancing, I don't even know why that was in there. I understand him walking with in the dark with black behind him and the signs are moving and the flags and stuff. But I don't get why it went to the dance after that.
Yeah, there are definitely some scenes in there that I was like, I don't understand what I was supposed to learn from that thing that I saw. I'm not familiar with the type of thing that I'm saying right now.
I loved her in that thing that I saw her in.
All right, let's do 5 questions. Is it okay for kids?
All of the trailers say PG-13 at the bottom. But this is PG when you watch it on Netflix. And it's PG on IMDb.
Interesting.
So I think it's PG because they never show anybody hitting the ground outside.
Right, and there's not really any like violence or sex.
I don't think anybody under 13 would even like this, but...
I don't know. I don't know why you would show this to a kid, but I think you could.
Right. Agreed.
Would it get made if it were pitched now? I mean, the Coen Brothers I'm pretty sure, still make any kind of movie they want.
Yeah, but I don't think
anyone else is doing it.
Nobody's making the hula hoop Hudsucker story again, I don't think.
No. So it's one of the few movies we've done on this podcast 4 seasons in that really there's no point even discussing would you remake it. Like no one's remaking it.
Right. Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Watching 2 years, the Coen Brothers are like, we're going to try it again.
Yeah.
No, dude, if they were going to do that, they'd be like, we came up with a sequel to Hudsucker Proxy and we're going to get Tim Robbins back. Like they would do that.
And he's wearing Hudsucker and jumps out of the window at the beginning.
I'm going to skip movie or TV show because I don't think it's possible. Did you do any recasting?
Dude, I did. Just because I was trying to come up with somebody that I think could play those parts.
I was too, but I was having trouble.
Dude, do you know who Sam Richardson is? He's on Veep. He's on... he was in that weird time travel movie with Star-Lord.
Oh, yeah.
Dude, I love him, and he could totally play Tim Robbins' part. He has that awkward, go-get-him attitude down pat. Him and I was trying to think of somebody else that was awkward, and I was thinking like Jesse Eisenberg maybe, but I like Sam Richardson. And then for Sidney Musburger, I was thinking somebody like J.K. Simmons or friggin' like Bryan Cranston, somebody like that. I think they could play him. Yeah. But I don't know who plays the Amy Archer. I don't know who takes Jennifer Jason. Who can talk like that? I was thinking like Emma Stone. She's kind of versatile. But I don't know, man. I don't know who could do what Jennifer Jason Leigh did.
Yeah, I was having trouble. I feel sure there are plenty of people out there, like, because they're in their 30s, so there's plenty of like people that we would know of. But no one jumped out as like that would be the perfect person.
Right. I
like Sam Richardson. He would be. I love that guy. He would be awesome. I would like for him to do more movies.
He's super funny. Funny. So can you still watch it and enjoy this?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I think it's worth the watch. If you remember liking it or you like the Coen Brothers, it's definitely worth a watch. If you have never heard of it, like it still is interesting. It's just there aren't a lot of other movies like this.
So this isn't going to be I'm going to watch this every New Year's from here on out.
No, dude, honestly, even though that there is a New Year's celebration in the movie and it was released in the month of January, it never even occurred to me that this would be like a New Year's movie.
Me either, until this time for some reason.
Yeah. We should at some point do like a
holiday
calendar year, like 90s movies. Like, hey, in January you should watch this one, and in February you watch Groundhog Day, and and then St. Patrick's Day you watch this. Like, just every month, like a good perfect 90s movie for this time of year.
Got it. I'm on it.
The cool thing about this one is that you actually can find it on Netflix, which is, I feel like the last 4 or 5 we've had to like go deep into the internet to find.
By the way, fun fact, it's on Netflix until the end of September.
Yeah, until September 30th. So when this episode comes out, get there real quick.
Yeah,
and
do
go
it with the quicks or buy it yourself on DVD.
All right, man. Anything else?
Dude, I think that's it. What's
All
next?
Right, next episode is True Lies.
True Lies. That's why I remember looking it up.
I can't wait for that. I love that movie so much.
That movie's awesome. It's awesome. And I'm glad we've done Renaissance Man, Hudsucker Proxy, and True Lies between Legends of the Fall and Interview with a Vampire, because A River Runs Through It 2, followed up by A River Runs Through It with Vampires, is just, it's too much for me. I'm glad we're doing these in the middle. Dude, I love True Lies.
True Lies is fantastic. And then next up on Patreon will be Twins.
You named your cat Julius.
Yeah. So check it out. Patreon free 7-day trial. And we'll see you guys back on the main feed in 2 weeks for True Lies.
True Lies. Bye con Dios.
Thanks for listening to Movie Life Crisis. Please subscribe, rate, and review. And remember, don't drive angry.